Okay, so it seems like we have a bit of good news coming from the whole VShojo side of things, and this time we're talking about Zentrea. Now, obviously, we've talked about Zentrea quite a bit over on this channel, as she's been a massive part in a lot of this kind of, conversation, with her actually leaving a little bit before VShojo, completely imploded. Now, obviously, Zen has been very, very vocal about a lot of the things that she didn't know about the situation, and how, she's been affected by it, and the same goes for a lot of the other VShojo members. But it seems like recently, there's actually been an article which has come up by Dexerto, pretty much saying that she has been the most watched English-speaking VTuber in Q2, with 4.72 million hours watched, which is absolutely insane. Obviously, yeah, we have some actual statistics here of how well she's actually done, and it's pretty insane because obviously, a lot of people were saying that she wasn't gonna make it and things because, she's leaving VShojo, she's gonna lose all this viewership, and that's the complete opposite of what's happened. She's actually grown, which obviously is absolutely amazing to see. Now, obviously, if we go to stream charts here, we can see most popular English-speaking VTubers. Zentrea is at the very top here, right above a lot of these other people as well, which are all massive VTubers. And yeah, I mean, it's absolutely amazing. She's got 4.72 million. Also, we've got ironmouse up here as well, who's still doing absolutely great. And then also you can see there's a big difference between these three VTubers, and then also going down to these ones here, which I think is pretty crazy. I mean, obviously these are all still massive VTubers. You've got like Shiley, Morikal IP, people like that. There is a ton of them featured in this list. And I think, yeah, the Zentrea being at the top really encapsulates how well she's been doing over the past couple of months, over the past couple of weeks or so. So again, people say amazing lineups, and Zen on top, let's go. Another one for the books. Yeah, obviously they're talking about Shiley there. So again, it's great to see. Now, yeah, some people were asking about Saba. I don't know why Saba isn't included in this data, because they do actually take into account obviously YouTube speaking, sorry, not YouTube speaking, YouTube kind of streaming platforms. But again, I think it might be due to the fact that she wasn't there for the entirety of Q2. Obviously, it says April to June. So yeah, that might be the reason why. So we might see it coming in the next kind of stream charts. We've also got another stream chart as well for the top VTubers in general, which Zentrea has also been featured in, which again is really great to see. Obviously, she hasn't reached the top of this one, but she is still in 8th place? I think 8th place. Yeah. So again, looking really good there. So yeah, it's very exciting to see that she's been doing so well, off the bat. And I mean, if we go to her, streamer statistics and things, we can see viewership has even gone up since the whole VShojo exit. And as I said, it's just great to see that a VTuber is doing so well off the back of a situation that's been pretty horrible, because obviously there's a lot of VTubers who are probably struggling right now, especially with finding a lot of the news that's gone on. But I'm glad that obviously Zen has stuck to streams, has kept on going, and has, actually been doing better than ever, with her even, reaching 11.11 thousand, 10.6 thousand on the 24th and 22nd. I think that was during the height of all the VShojo stuff, but also she's maintained it, getting 8k, 8.5k later on. So again, a lot of people have been very interested in her streams, and it seems like, it has provided a boost for a lot of the streamers involved with the VShojo situation, which I think is a positive to take from it, because as I said, there's a lot of negativity, there's a lot of, people being like, oh, VShojo did this, VShojo did that, and obviously, yes, we can completely call out what VShojo have done, but I think it's also important to highlight the kind of achievements that a lot of these VTubers have, achieved since leaving VShojo, and how, I think a lot of them will be fine, because obviously Zen has proved here that she can even pull in even more viewership without VShojo, and I'm hoping that a lot of the other VShojo streamers that maybe are a little bit worried about going indie will see this and think, okay, I think I've got this, I think I can actually do this, because obviously, some people don't have as much viewership or whatever as Zen, as some other people as well, but I think now, that Zen has proved that, you can do it, you can make it, you can, get some pretty high numbers even without an agency. I think people will be more inclined to stream, people will be more inclined to go indie, and obviously that's what other people as well, like ironmouse, are trying to do at the moment, is go indie and just go based off that. Now, obviously, Zen, ironmouse, and most of the members of VShojo already have a really big audience anyways, so as I said, I think they will all just get on along fine. But obviously as well, we've got some Q2 data about VTubers in general, not just Zentrea. Obviously they're talking about the dynamic of VTubers. The channels has dropped a little bit, but honestly it's kind of just staying around about the same. in terms of, I think this is by watch hours. So again, watch dynamics of VTubers. So they say VTuber viewership in Q2 2025 remained largely stable, with overall performance fluctuating within a narrow 0.5 to 2.5 range. So again, that is great to see. So that is the amount of hours watched in terms of VTubers, which I think is great. And obviously that is the amount of channels watched, which is 6,000. So again, yeah, the amount of channels has dropped a little bit, but again, the viewership is still staying pretty high, which, yeah, obviously proves how much VTubing is still growing, in the future. Now, obviously, they say as well, here's the kind of gender and country distribution of a lot of VTuber viewers, which is very interesting. It seems like 24% of them are only male, which I think, damn, that's kind of crazy. By the top 6,000 VTubers out there, 73% of VTuber, watchers are female, which I think is quite surprising to me. But obviously, that's great to see that obviously the females are enjoying it a lot more. There's a female VTuber creators grew their share further in Q2, solidifying their lead. Organizational channels were also more active, expanding in the scene. Oh, wait, so is this based? Oh, no, this is based on the channels. Sorry, I thought this was based on the viewers. Okay, no, that makes more sense. Okay, 73% female channels are here. Okay, that does make a lot more sense. So there's a lot more female VTubers than there is male. I thought it was viewers for a second, but apparently not. And obviously, the kind of country distribution of these VTubers as well, mainly from Japan, the US. There's a couple from the UK. Again, some from Mexico, and 23% of others. Which again, that's very cool to see, and it's very interesting to see the kind of spread of VTubers that we've got online. We've also got the platform distribution. It seems like, YouTube and Twitch are the main ones here, but I do think they are, starting to branch out a little bit into Kick and some other places as well, which has been massively growing lately. Also, as well, I don't really know what this. Wait, so we've got YouTube, Twitch. Okay, so YouTube is much bigger here. They say, interestingly, while Twitch is growing its share of VTuber channels, YouTube continues to dominate in overall viewership. Okay, so this is by hours watched. So again, more people are watching longer on YouTube than they are over on Twitch. So that is very interesting too. Obviously as well, we go to VTuber agencies proportions by rankings or by viewership, which is pretty crazy considering VShojo is still on here. I mean, VShojo doesn't really have a proportion anymore. But obviously, yeah, 33% of them are indie VTubers that I watch, which I think is pretty cool to see, because obviously that market is now massively grown. It'll be interesting to see how that's grown in the future. But obviously, yeah, 33% is watched by indies are watched. 25% of them are HoloLive. And then also we got 16% of Niji Sanji, and then we go to like Virtual Esports Project. Never even heard of that in my life, but again, very cool. They say Mythic Talent as well also counts apparently. I don't know why they count. They're just a talent. I don't think they really do much, but it doesn't really matter. And then VShojo had 3.2%, but now they're down to 0 because they have no members. So yeah, obviously we have the most watched VTubers, which we already saw from the Dexerto post. And then we've also got most popular VTubers based on average views. Zen didn't make this list, unfortunately, but it seems like all of these are dominated by Japanese VTubers. I think the kind of thing we can take away from this is a lot of Japanese VTubers tend to stream for longer and have a lot of people watching them for longer. I think that is what I at least kind of gather from this, because again, they are all on YouTube, and we saw how much of a difference YouTube has in terms of like watch hours. Like they have so many more watch hours than Twitch, so maybe that's the case. The Japanese fans are a lot more dedicated at watching these VTubers for longer, and they're cheering them on for longer. I'm not really sure, but again, it's very interesting to see all of this come out and give us a little bit of a look behind all of this. Obviously, a lot of people are cheering on their favorite VTubers in the comments, as they probably featured in the list. People saying, I'm surprised at Bebo's growth. I knew she was pulling in a lot of people, but I didn't expect to that degree. Truly a gem. Yeah, again, they're doing great. They're saying if they're going to include ZK, why not include Twitcast or Bilibili? Obviously, yeah, they're on about different platforms and things like that. So again, obviously, I think this is a great little bit of a post just to kind of give us an idea of how much VTubing is actually growing over online, and the kind of things that you need to be catering towards, I guess, if you want to be successful. Because I think if you want to be a successful VTuber that is starting out, you got to factor in a lot of these kind of things. for example, what are the top kind of margins? What are the things that people are looking for? What are the things that can make you unique? You know, you could look at like the country thing. Maybe if you are from one of these countries that don't have as much reputation, for example, like the UK, you could probably see a kind of gap there that you could fill in. And, you know, the same goes for like other kind of metrics as well, which I think is very useful and very interesting just to look at as a VTuber fan. And yeah, I mean, Zentrea obviously doing great. Obviously absolutely killing it in terms of English speaking VTubers, and hopefully we can see a lot of the other VShojo members following in their footsteps and kind of, you know, striving to be one of those top VTubers in the English speaking space. But yeah, that's all I got for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this, because again, I'm very interested in what you guys have to say. And yeah, go to GameStop, use my code Kaza, get 10% off. Again, they've got a ton of really cool stuff over there. I definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. So, see ya.